So this is a light that any content creator, photographer, or videographer should have in their bag or in their possession, because this tiny little thing packs a lot of feature. Let's get into it, guys. All right, so guys, this light is from Neewer. It's the HB80C RGB light, guys. This light is just fantastic. I want to go through some pros and cons with this light. I'm not going to necessarily go into too much of the technical details, but I have to say that the fact that this light comes with a built-in battery says so much. Not only that, this tiny little light actually supports bow and mount, guys. Yes, I said it, bow mount. Look how tiny this light is. The only thing, and this is a nitpick from my side, is the fact that how thick it is. But this, if you screw this off like so, your light is that much smaller in terms of the dimension. But I have to say that I'm truly impressed by this light from Neewer. So let's go through some of the things that I really and truly do enjoy. First, guys, is the app. Let me get my phone. What I really love about this Neewer app, guys, is the fact of the interface. The interface is definitely very much user-friendly, and I love the fact that it connects to the app so quickly. It is always constantly, the light itself is always constantly searching to connect to your app. So you know that there's some apps where you kind of go a little bit further away, or you start using something else in the phone, it will just disconnect. Not this app. If I go into, let's say, now I'm watching myself on the video here with my 5D Mark IV, and normally when I would use the regular apps, if I should go over to the other app, it would actually disconnect and have to reconnect again, guys. And that is one feature that I do enjoy. The second thing, guys, is the multitude of features that it have. But not only that, let's say you go into a scene and you want to match your color to the actual scene itself, whether it's a warm, cool, green, whatever the scene is, guys, you can literally match your scene just by go to source map. Then all I'm going to do is look at my light right here, and I just tap it and it automatically changes the button. Sorry if the light is kind of blinding you guys. Let me just turn the power down. But that is how easy it is, guys, just to get the color from a scene into this particular light, guys. I want to just go through real quickly here, guys, the back. So let me just turn the power off for now. I'm just going to tap the phone just to turn it off. All right, so if we look at the back right here, guys, you're going to see that it has a menu button, you have a mode button, you also have a temperature. What this temperature button is actually telling you that if you press the button, it shows you what is the temperature of the actual light. I think that's a phenomenal feature that you can have. And right next to that, guys, you have the option for the fan, so you can actually turn on the fan in different loads or speeds. So the next thing right below that now, guys, is you do have a dial here, and with this dial, guys, I can increase the temperature or the intensity of the light by just dialing up or down. But if I want to switch to, let's say, CCT, I just have to just press the dial and it goes down to that, and then I can just adjust that accordingly. To the right of that now, you do have the knob here that you can actually turn on or turn off the actual light itself. And then to the right of that, you do have a USB-C connection. They advertise that this light is about an 80 watt light. You don't get that with that battery by itself. What you actually do get is about between 60 and 65 watts of power. But when you do connect, let me just turn this off so I don't blind you guys. When you do actually connect your light to a power source using, and I have this battery here from Neewer that I've been using for some years now. It's 2, 3, maybe 4 years now. I would say 3 years now. This battery here is a 99 watt battery that I can use. I can take it on the plane, wherever. And if you plug this into the actual light itself, you will get the full 80 watts usage. So in the box, guys, let me just switch over and just show you guys what the unboxing actually looks like, and I'll get back to you guys. I love the fact that, guys, is as someone who has a couple LED lights that are actually loose on the job, oftentimes I have to get an adapter to be used with the light, because oftentimes the salt box that I have, most of them are actually Neewer. If you don't believe me, let me show you guys real quick. So I've had for some time now, that is from Neewer itself. And then I have another, which is a lantern, that is from Godox. All right, and if I can just put this in right here, boom, I do have my light together. And all I need to do is just tap the power button on my phone, and the light is lit up just like that. And I now have a nice, beautiful, soft light on my face. Let me just bring the intensity down. Okay, it's actually at 1% right now, but you can see how much more. This is at 1%, guys, on the back of the light. As you can see on my phone, it's actually on 1%, and this is really, really bright right now. So this is what I'm really just showing you guys, that the capability. Let me just get this off. All right, so the capability of this light, guys, is just almost endless. It's almost perfect, guys, because the thing about this, which I really hope it had the option for, is the capability of actually getting the full 80 watts out of this particular light, guys. And I have to say that's the only thing that really disappoints me, that I have to connect a battery to the actual light to get the full 80 watts out of this light. Beyond that, guys, I think this light is actually perfect for persons who are actually on the go. I actually think I have a Godox light right here now that is 100 watts. I actually think now I'm going to be using this here to replace this light over here, guys, just so that I don't have to necessarily worry about connecting, you know, batteries and all that good stuff. Because the thing is, when I'm doing these talking heads like what I'm doing right now, I really don't need a light to be going for hours. When I'm on the job, yes, because usually if I'm doing a wedding, it's usually between 10 or 12 hours oftentimes. And I definitely need one of these who's going to go a little bit longer. Because I think the most you can probably get out of this is about 60 to 90 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. And I have to say that for me on the job, that's not necessarily something that's going to work for me, because this just means that throughout the course of the day, I'm gonna have to plug in and charge. And I really, truly don't have the time for that. So for me, when doing this on the weddings, for a short burst of time, sure, I can actually use it. But since I've moved over to the mirrorless camera, guys, I find myself using more LEDs, and I definitely try to do more creative shots with my actual light. So I think this would probably stay, but this would be something that I probably use in the home. If it was more powerful now, if it was maybe the 200 watt, because I do have a 200 watt version, I would definitely get into this. But let's just go more into the app over here, guys. So all I'm gonna do now, let me just reconnect. Look at this now. It's actually disconnected only because we turned the power off. So the power is off on the light now, and it's showing that, you know, we need to reconnect. So all I'm gonna do now is just turn this on. Once I turn it on, I'm just gonna tap the reconnect button. It's gonna search for it, and pretty much just connect, and right away it's already connected. So if I go like this, you can see that is actually connected, guys, which I think is phenomenal because it gives me the capability of speedily connecting from the phone to the app. The only thing you have to make sure is that your phone is actually charged. So let's go really quick through some of the features on the actual light itself, but I'm just going to use the app because it's so much faster. So right here you have your CCT version where you have your temperature, where you can go for warm to cool. Then you also have your green and magenta shift, which I think is fantastic. So a lot of lights actually don't have that. If you go over here to our light source, now you can actually choose the type of, in terms of the temperature. So you have like your cloudy. Let me just kind of turn this to the side and actually bring the power all the way down to 1%. So now you have your cloudy, you have your sunlight. The only thing I wish now, that what I'm seeing right now, the moment I go through each of these power settings, it actually, increase back the power to what I really don't want it to. But you can see the different things right here. Let me just turn it away or turn it down. You can see the different diffusion right here. And I think that is really fantastic. But the mere fact that you have a feature which is called source match, you don't necessarily have to worry about that, because the thing is, if you're in a scene that is either too warm, too cool, you just do a source match like I showed you earlier, and it's fantastic. Let's go to your CT. So your CTO/B, this is now where you have your different temperatures. You can actually put in, you have your tungsten, and you also have your dynamic temp, right? So let's move on. So we have HSI. Your HSI is really just what it says. You're really just going to go through and dial in the color for yourself manually. But who wants to do that, guys, when you also have your gels over here? So with these gels now, guys, right now it's on like a pink. So if I want to pick a different gel, I can go to this green. And here we are at that green, guys, and I tap it again and I go through and let's say I want, I don't know, something warm. It's as easy as that. That is how I'm saying that this light at this particular app is just fantastic, because that's the one thing that always draws back from me. The apps are always just kind of crappy, because I do have a Godox app for this light over here, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's really annoying. Especially there are times when I'm away from the light and I'm trying to connect both lights, it always malfunction. And from what I've understand, that if you have two of these light, guys, you can actually link them together and they work actually together, and I think that is fantastic. I wish I had two to show you guys, but unfortunately I do not. Let's just go back, and so we also have this XY feature where you can actually dial in the actual color temp what you want. So the actual information that they have here, the CT/TLCI is 95 and 97 plus. So in other words, they're saying that the color accuracy from this is pretty darn good. So this is what I'm saying, guys. There's so many benefits from this small light. That's why I'm saying that it packs a punch for what you actually need. I think this gives you more than what you actually ask for. So for me, guys, I think something like this is something that you definitely need to have in your bag. As somebody, like I said, I use Neewer product. I have this Neewer flash right here, and they are fantastic. I have a video on this on my channel. If you want to go check it out, you can definitely go and check it out. But guys, Neewer has always been one of those companies that I can always rely on when it comes onto their products, guys. Whether it's the softbox, like I mentioned before, the lighting, I know they have this, because I've never actually used any kind of LED from Neewer like this, and I think this is something that every content creator out there should actually get themselves. And the price is pretty good. It's less than $200. So for me, that is a no-brainer for persons who really either looking for something that is very portable and also something that is very compact, because yeah, you can't lose, so let's just continue. So you have your picker, you have another picker again where you can actually, pick your colors, and you get the the color change on the actual light itself automatically. And now you also have your RGB CW. So this is where now you can actually dial in. So we can actually say, okay, it's showing me that I have a green. So if I punch the green and bring that down, it turns to green. If I punch up the warmth and bring down the green, you get more warmth. So you do have a lot of functionality. And of course, any RGB light out there always going to have the FX feature, guys. And you have your lightning, as you can see here, it's flashing, right? And then you have your pulse for the paparazzi. You do have that. And it's at 2%, guys, and look how bright it is. You know what I'm saying? You have the defective bulb. So let's bring the power down on that. And you can see that right there. So, you know, you have your normal functionalities of light. And based on what they're saying here, you have a total of 17 different light sources, guys. And also, if I move over here, it has 8 special scenes, 18 special scenes, guys. So this light, like I said, is a monster, but it's so tiny. So I would just say definitely, guys, if you're considering getting something like this, go for it, guys. It's not going to break the bank. If you're someone who's making money, definitely from what you do as, you know, for your job with your video or photo, you're definitely going to make back that money in no time, guys. And this light was actually sent to me by the folks of Neewer, and I have to just to say thank you to them, because I definitely wasn't expecting this. And they reached out to me, and knowing that it's Neewer, definitely going to say yes, because their products is always fantastic, and I've never really had a problem with it. And the fact that one thing I always loved about Neewer is their prices. Their price oftentimes is so much lower, but the quality of their products is just phenomenal. Like I mentioned, I have a softbox here for, I've had it for so much years now. As you can see that the mesh right here and stuff is kind of dirty, but I've had this in my car for how many years, and I love the softbox because I always use it on my job. And to know now that I no longer have to be relying on using an adapter, I can now use this with a bounce mount, because let me just show you what the light looks like. So I'm gonna just turn this off and just plug it in right here, and just like that. And here's your light. You understand? So I really and truly love that. So when I turn on the light now, I have a light source, and look at that. This is at 1%, guys. Come on now. So that's what I'm saying is, you cannot go wrong with this particular light. There's a little button right here. You just turn and it turns on, opens up. So yeah, so there's not too much more I can really say about this light. The fact that it has so many vents for letting out the hot air is no brainer. You know, so guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, what you guys think that this light can do for you guys. And to know that this light is a tiny light that has in battery, let me know. You know, and the bonus with this light is that it's a RGB, because usually most lights, that, especially this one right here, is a bicolor light, so you just have a warm and cool, and that's it. But you do have RGB with this, and I think that is one of the biggest pluses that I see with this light. So guys, if you are interested in this light down here, check the description below where you can actually use the link and grab it, and it definitely supports the channel, help the channel out, guys. And guys, if you do enjoy this video, smash that like button, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe for more, and I catch you guys in the next one. And hear what? Check this video over here and tell me if you like it. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.